So as a collector, picker, reseller, lover of music and vinyl, it's time to start going through my record collection, and this is just part of it, and decide which records I'm going to go ahead and sell, which ones I'm going to go ahead and keep. So join me as I go through all of these records. And please put in the comments, which ones would you keep? Which ones would you buy? Which ones would you take to Goodwill? And before I start on this project, it's important to know that I'm going to be adding record sleeves to all my records that are missing those, and also inner sleeves. I think it's really important to take care of vinyl records that way. Okay, these records are not in any particular order at all. But I'm just going to start flipping through these. Let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this Eric Clapton. That's a very good copy. Esther Phillips, I'm going to put her in the store. This is Trapeze. You Are the Music, We're Just the Band. Haven't listened to that one yet. I'm going to hang on to it, I think. Procol Harum. I'm going to hang on to that one. This is a disco single, Santana, One Chain, Don't Make No Prison. And then on the other side, we've got Life is a Lady, Holiday. Probably going to put this one in my store. eBay store is in the description if you're interested in any of these. I'm going to hang on to this Nazareth, Molly Hatchet. We'll go ahead and hang on to this one. Ronnie Montrose. I have not listened to Open Fire. This is one of the only Ronnie Montrose albums I have that I have not yet listened to, so I'm going to check that out. Mott the Hoople's Greatest Hits. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this one. Alright, this is a Free record. The band Free, with Paul Rogers. And I'm going to give this one a listen to before I decide what to do. I remember listening to this album a long time ago, so I'm going to check it out. Then I've got Free, Fire, and Water. I'm going to go ahead and hang on to that one. So this is Lynyrd Skynyrd's Gold and Platinum double LP, and I'm going to go ahead and hang on to this one. I've got another copy of that, but I'll hang on to it for now. I've got several of these Crosby, Stills, and Nash records. A really good one. I'm going to go ahead and put that one up in the store. War's Greatest Hits. This is a good one. I'm going to hang on to it. Andres Segovia. I'm a guitar player. I like his stuff. I'm going to hang on to it. Johnny Cash. My wife and I are fans of Johnny Cash. This is a double album with Tammy Wynette on it also. Probably going to hang on to that since I know she likes that. Another Johnny Cash. We'll hang on to that one. This one's interesting. I remember picking this one up at an antique store for like 50 cents. It's a Beatles documentary record. I'm going to hang on to that, check it out. This is a great album. Purge, Younger Than Yesterday. I'm going to hang on to that one. I've got another couple copies of those. I also like the Hollies Greatest Hits. We're going to hang on to that. John Mayall. Very big fan of John's. I'm going to hang on to that one. Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, same thing. I really dig Frank Marino as a guitar player. I appreciate his work. This one is an interesting one. Moby Grape. I remember putting this in one of my videos as I was flipping. This one is an interesting album. It's, I believe, a Korean copy, probably an underground copy of Moby Grape. I'm going to put this one up for sale if I'm able to. Might not be able to. Carmine, A Peace Story. I haven't listened to that yet. It's an interview. And I remember this one. I got this at the Leech Pit, I think, for $1. It's just missing the record jacket. John Lennon, Rock and Roll. It's a good record. And then this Little Feat Hoy Hoy album. This one's in really good shape. And I'm going to hang on to that one there. Okay, next in the stack we've got Ron Carter Blues Farm. And I'm going to put this one up for sale. There's some really good stuff here. If you're interested, make sure you check my eBay store. Ron Carter All Blues. It's going in the store. This one, I remember, is a misprint. So somebody might like it if they are a Letterman fan. And it's going to be put in my store. But I remember this has a misprint on it. And makes it a little bit more collectible. The Police Ghost in the Machine is going in the store. Got some Straubs here. Good stuff. This is going in my eBay store. J.F. Murphy and Salt, The Last Illusion. I remember listening to this record. It's a really good record, and it's going in my store. Another one going into the store, Grassroots Guitar, George Cromartie. It's a promo copy, and this came from a blues collection that I purchased. It's a good record. I listened to it, and it's in very good condition. So that one's going in the store. The Four Seasons, Johnny Rivers and Neil Sedaka. I'm going to put that one in the store. We've got some Freshmen here going in my store. Freshman Favorites Volume 2 going to the store. Then we've got, I can't pronounce all of this, but it is a military record, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're interested in that one, you'll find it in my eBay store. 5-Star General Store is the name of the store. And then we've got Memories of Chile, RCA Victor, that's going in the store. Latin Escapade is going in my store. Tito Puente, good stuff here, but I'm going to sell that one. Gonna sell George Benson, great guitar player, but I've already got some of his. Now here's some Duke Ellington. These are in really good condition, and I'm going to be putting these in my eBay store. Duke Ellington. Chet Atkins is also going up for sale. C.W. McCall will be in the store. Jeannie C. Riley, Harper Valley PTA will go in the store. This is a good record. Decade of Jazz, Volume 2, up for sale. Freddie Hubbard, Skydive. I've listened to this one as well. Really good stuff. I'm going to sell that. And we've got Freddie Hubbard with Stanley Turrentine in concert. It's also got Ron Carter, Herbie Hancock, Jack DeJohnette, and Eric Gale. And this is the gatefold version of that. It's going into my eBay store. All right, we got Barry White, my friends. I'm gonna hang on to the Barry White, and we enjoy Barry White around here sometimes. Good stuff. And now we're into some Bad Company here. This is a really good Bad Company record. It's not valuable or anything, but it's got good stuff on it. Rock and Roll Fantasy. I'm going to hang on to that. And another Bad Company record here I'm going to hang on to. The Best of Bachman Turner Overdrive. Got to hang on to that. Champagne Jam Atlanta Rhythm Section. Good album. Staying in my collection. This album here, I'm probably going to let it go. I don't listen to it much anymore. Atlanta Rhythm Section. Pipe Dream. So we're going to sell that one. This is Atlanta Rhythm Section, Are You Ready? And it's a pretty good album. I think I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to hang on to it a little bit longer. Then we got some April Wine. I grew up on the Canadian band April Wine. Listened to a lot of their stuff growing up. Going to hang on to First Glance. This is an old April Wine album here. It's got David Henman on guitar, which is interesting, and Richie Henman as well. So this is an older one, and I'm going to hang on to that. Harder, Faster, one of my favorite April Wine albums. April Wine live at the El Mocambo. I've actually got two of these. So I'm going to sell one of those in my store. I'll check which one that's going to be. Best of the Animals. I'm going to have to hang on to that one. The Amboy Dukes with Ted Nugent. Got a few of theirs I'm going to hang on to. Allman Brothers Band, Brothers and Sisters. I remember I got this for $1 somewhere, and it's a really good record. I'm going to hang on to it. Another Allman Brothers record I'm going to hang on to. America. It's got their classic Horse with No Name. It's not a valuable record, but I like it. Allman Brothers Band Beginnings. Gonna hang on to this one. If I'm not mistaken, this is their live double LP, and it's got some good stuff on it for sure. Hanging on to that. Alan Parsons Project, I've enjoyed over the years. I'm gonna have to hang on to Alan. And Aerosmith rocks, brings back lots of good memories. Toys in the Attic, one of my first Aerosmith records. Hanging on to that. Get Your Wings, hanging on to that. Hanging on to Dream On, or Aerosmith featuring Dream On. This is their first album, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got Mama Ken. Good record. Definitely hanging on to my AC/DC Let There Be Rock. And Flick of the Switch is going to stay in my collection. Okay, the Cars Candy-O, I cannot part with that one. Panorama, good record. I would consider selling that one. Cars' first album, no way that's going anywhere. Best of the Birds, I've listened to this one so many times, but I think I'm going to put that one up for sale in the store. This is my other copy of The Birds, Younger Than Yesterday. And this one has some value to it, and it's a good record. Brothers Johnson, I'm going to hang on to, I think. Now, any of these records, you see, if you want to make me an offer, just shoot me an email. My email address is in the description. Bob Dylan, Desire. I'm going to hang on to my Bob Dylan stuff. Greatest hits. I've actually got 2 of these, so I would sell one. This is another Bob Dylan record that I'm trying to remember the name of this album, but I'm going to hang on to this one. It's got Rainy Day Women on it and some other good stuff. The Freewheelin' Bob Dylan, this is an old one. Hanging on to that. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, great stuff. Probably keep that in my collection. Black Sabbath, Paranoid is going to stay. Same thing with the Black Sabbath first record, first album. Blue Cheer. This is a good one here. I am still looking for a better copy of this LP, so I'm going to hang on to this one till I find it. Blue Oyster Cult. I think I'm going to let this one go in the store. Billy Thorpe, Children of the Sun. Hanging on to that. If you've never checked into Billy Thorpe in the past, some of the stuff he used to do with the Aztecs, it's really interesting. Beach Boys, Endless Summer. I've got a couple, 2 or 3 of these, so I'm probably going to sell some of those Beach Boys albums. I've got a few copies of that. Surfing Safari, Shut Down, Beach Boys 69. Beach Boys Little Deuce Coupe. Can you tell I grew up on this stuff? Billy Swan, I Can Help. This is a good record. It's got that hit song I Can Help on it. I'm gonna let that one go though. Don't listen to it much. And then Bad Company, Run with the Pack. It's a really good clean copy from Uncle Deeds Records. I will probably hang on to that, but you never know. Okay, we're going through some more records here. These are the C's and the D's. It looks like got some Commodores. I've got a lot of Chicago, and grew up on Chicago, so I'm probably going to keep most of these. But I've got several copies of this one, so you'll see some of these in my store. Not the most valuable albums, but they really have lots of good music. This is a box set of Chicago. It's the Chicago at Carnegie Hall, volumes 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a really cool collection. All right, now I've got some miscellaneous stuff here. Christmas in Sweden. That's probably going to end up in the store. Canned Heat. I'm a big Canned Heat fan. Got some good Canned Heat records. California Jam. Cat Stevens Greatest Hits. I've got a lot more Cat Stevens in here somewhere. Carole King. We got the Carpenters. That is the Now and Then album. Chuck Berry, this is an interesting one. I'm probably going to hang on to. It's fairly rare, and I believe it's a German copy. I'll have to check into that one, but really good Duane Allman album, the anthology. We got some Dixie Dregs, Dire Straits, The Doors. Going to be keeping most of my Doors albums, but I may sell some since I do have some doubles. More Doors. Doobie Brothers. Don McLean. We got some Donovan here. I'm probably going to start selling some of my Donovan. I've got a lot of Donovan records. A lot of doubles. Here's what I haven't seen in a while. Def Leppard, High and Dry. Probably be hanging on to that. Deep Purple. Big Deep Purple fan. I just sold some Deep Purple records in my store the other day. Curved Air, Crosby, Nash, and Young Live. Or this is just Crosby and Nash live. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Another Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We've got a lot of duplicates of Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. This is a good album. Live Cream Volume 2. Best of Cream. And then we got some Creedence. Country Joe and the Fish.